Hey, Rook, how are you?
What's up, Matt? What's going on, brother?
Oh, just decompressing from our base camp this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. Clocking back in for our $2 an hour.
That's right. That's right. Man, so now that you've had a couple days to process, what's your takeaway or your vibe from the weekend?
Yeah, so there's no joke that this whole buildup has been plagued with a little bit of weather. So we did have Saturday being winded out, but I think the Q&A session that happened was super powerful. Even though I only got to attend part of it, I think that the intel and information of the formation and the desire of how to build it is definitely getting delivered. And that's showing true on the fact that we were crushing the daisy chain on Sunday. And that was something that you and I know were worried about leading up to post sequential record in California because it worked really well there. And then it had this like kind of weird moment where we were questioning whether that was the right way to do it. And now there's no doubt that, this is the right way and the shape is there, the technique's there. And it was good to just go back to back to back building that daisy chain.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the crux of the 200 way in August, right, is going to be that inner 40. And while the daisy chain has had a lot of success in the past, um, we've only gotten to test it a handful of times, right? And we haven't really seen what happens when it goes wrong. So it was really nice this weekend to put in the reps, try different permutations of different people, and still see it build over and over and over again. And I think consistently it was 33 seconds or less, right, for
Hmm.
a full build, which is super exciting because that now assigns 17 to 20 seconds of working time for the outer 20 people to pick up grips. And as
Hmm.
we've seen from the new formation, uh, we don't usually need that much time. So, really exciting.
Yeah,
Um,
I like definitely on day one when we were really challenging people to take slots that they normally aren't used to, because it just makes people super versatile when it comes to having to maybe move things around come August. It was neat to see, our first row stingers taking that outside rib slot or the closer slot on the daisy chain and just kind of challenging themselves and just becoming more versatile, more intimate with the formation. I know coming up to this event, having been on the outside, it really helps when you can explain something intelligently because you've done those slots. I know in Brazil you were on the outside, and it's super nice to have done that, knowing what it's like. And man, I'm so excited to come August.
yeah, something else that stood out to me was, I've attended these last chance camps in the past, maybe 2012 as an example. We spend the whole weekend working on one formation, and maybe at the end of the weekend, it's a full build.
Hmm.
This weekend was multiple different formations, different combinations of people, and it was build after build after build. And that is just so encouraging to see. It
Hmm.
really sets the tone. Something
Yeah.
else that stood out to me. Um, Let me share this video. So this is day one, I believe, when you had flyers. Is that coming through okay?
Uh, I don't see it, but
Let's try this again. Do, do, do.
I see that you've entered screen sharing mode. It just says that's it.
Oh, of course.
Oh, there it is.
Okay. Um, Yeah, so there's been a lingering question about with the ribs and spines, what happens if somebody gets trapped on the outside? And I appreciate we finally saw what happens. I think it was Jordan, we'll see at 6 o'clock, who the approach order got screwed up. He flies in to the left, finds the aisle, scoops in, and picks up the end of the rib. And man, it's so encouraging to see that even if the approach is screwed up, the jump isn't over,
Hmm.
as that would frequently be the case with pods. I mean,
Oh yeah.
everybody behind him is able to build their grips and patiently wait. They make room, and he scoops in. It's an awesome move. I was so encouraged to see that.
Yeah. In fact, if you look at, I think that's Plammer that lets him in. He's the last one docking on that second rib. And it's almost like he knew he was there because in the video, he like takes his arm away and then like brings it behind Jordan and like kind of ushers him in. It's so funny to look. I know the video is a little glitchy. We're watching it here, but
Yeah.
it's like as if he knew he was coming and he probably had no idea. It's so bizarre. Yeah. Watch his left arm. It like goes away and then he just like kind of scoops him back up. It's crazy.
Yeah. Great situational awareness or great
Yeah.
luck. I don't really care which it is. Like it
I'll take a
worked.
little bit of luck. It's all good.
Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, and then speaking about the full builds, looking at the daisy chain, just jump after jump. I was encouraged that it not only built, but I thought presented really well. Everybody seemed ready and capable for the spines to start building on them. We spent most of the weekend harping on that presentation from the closers.
Yeah, that presentation was definitely amplified throughout the camp. And I wonder if people actually enjoy having more of a task than just, hey, build this rib or sorry, build this pod without much technique behind it, right? But when you're there with some information and what to do while being there, I think it's going to lead to less people just hanging on to the formation, right? Because like now I have a task that I'm here. I'm not just here. And that was present too when that right hand presentation was going, the positioning of the shoulders and the hips really opening up. And yeah, it was exciting, man. Like it was just really fun to do this a bunch of times. I know when we first started thinking of the architecture of buildup, this was definitely a checkbox that we wanted to get done well. So when it comes August, like we're not trying to figure this out on the first couple of jumps. We're just trying to do it not so fast, but fast enough where the outside people are just like, oh man, it's game time, as opposed to like the outside people being like, okay, well, the first couple of jumps are going to be a bag of dicks, but
Right.
it's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. I think we demonstrated that that progressive buildup is going to pay dividends. Everybody has something to do on jump one, and
Yep.
man, I was already excited and optimistic, and now it's on a new level of excitement for August.
I could tell in your when we were closing up on Sunday that you were stoked. Like there was definitely it was like a weight was lifted off your shoulders almost.
Yeah, it's all coming together. Cool, man. Well, anything else you want to add from this weekend?
I don't think so. I feel like it went really safe. I mean, I'm being selfish when I say it's just nice to be jumping big ways at home again. And it was good to get some of the staff and the team here kind of tuned back up on big ways. This is the first big way camp of a bunch that we have coming up. So it was a nice way to get the staff ready to go. And we got a good army of volunteers that are pouring in right now. So as far as infrastructure wise, it's looking really, really good.
Hell yeah, awesome. Well, now we just got to wrap up invites and yeah, move on to the engineering. And August is going to come up quick.
Oh, it's going to come so fast, man. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
awesome. Cool.
Cool.
Thanks, Rook. Good chatting
Yep,
with you.
thanks, brother.
See ya.